How's my wife supposed to get out? Welcome to another episode of NFPete. I'm Pete, aka the Film Boss, and today we have from the team at Proxima, Simon, the Martian Lord on Discord. Simon broke down the PTE game coming to the MultiVAC blockchain and the fight to free the spirit of Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi, we will save you. And I can't wait to present the interview. He really did a great job of breaking down all of the perspectives of the game, whether you're going to be an NFT holder or whether you're just going to be a game player. So let's get into the interview. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Give a damn about it when I feel like it.
With a thriving ecosystem, the highly coveted DIRT token, limited edition collaborations, auctions, giveaways, and more, Multiworms continues to wiggle a trail for NFTs on the MultiVAC blockchain. All right, Simon, man, this is an exciting time.
Yeah.
I've been reading about Proxima. You guys came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden MTV was tweeting you out, and everybody's talking about you, and I mean, it was phenomenal to meet you guys. And now that I've gotten to know you a little bit, tell us about the main team, starting with yourself. You're Simon, also known as Martian Lord. And who else is on this Proxima team, and what are their roles?
Okay, so me, I'm sort of the game director, sort of just make sure every little piece of the puzzle is put together to give a good product. So the co-founder is Centurion Lord. He leads up the finances and he leads up the social media. The game dev is one of his old friends. He's been making games for other companies. And then I brought on two friends of mine. One is leading the sound design. He's a reasonably big DJ. And then the other one, and he's an amazing digital artist.
So your team gets together, man. This is an incredible group because being a person from film, I know the importance of sound, which most people kind of underestimate. So for you to have your own sound designer is extremely exciting. Yeah. How did you guys find MultiVAC, and why was it the right platform for Proxima? Because it seems like a lot of kind of P2E is taking off here. So I wanted to get your input.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm a MultiVAC holder myself anyway. With the TPS and the low transaction fees, which will be essential to what we want to do in the game. We couldn't do this on Ethereum. You know, when you were a kid, you still go, you put a quarter in or you put 10 pence in and you kind of play a game. You know what I mean? So that was it.
Addicting. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Addicting.
I mean, we know that there's certain things, but we know it's all going to happen with nodes. Yeah, we know it needs nodes. We know we need an explorer. We know we need the audit finished. We know eventually we need a hackathon. I've been led to believe that this is all going to happen, but everything takes time. There's a reason why MultiVAC is the price it is now. If it had all of these things, we wouldn't be holding these big bags. You know what I mean? Ethereum is Ethereum because everyone builds on it. And the more things that are built on it, the more then you know it works. And the more individual projects all have their different marketing budgets, and it just grows. And it grows and it grows and it grows. So let's, like a little plant, put the water on it, let it grow.
And companies like yourself, your projects like yourself, are leading the way on MultiVAC in the first time building these things, like the MTV swap guys, like this stuff. It's the first time this stuff is being rolled out. So there's going to be kinks that they're going to have to work out as this goes forward.
Exactly.
100%.
Just like it happens with Matic, just like it happens with Solana. And these are big projects with bigger teams, bigger budgets. Look at Cardano. Look at the things that they've launched, issues. Those people have millions to throw at everyone, and they have problems. And the good thing, okay, I know Sean's kind of in the back, but you know, if there's a problem, he fixes it.
So explain to me, as an NFT investor, one of the things I always wonder is, you know, at least for me, as I'm learning more about this stuff, is how they plan to fund their roadmap. So when I heard you guys had a 2D game, that was actually really exciting because it's like, it's fundable. It's something you can actually build. It's not something that's going to cost millions of dollars to create, like a metaverse and so forth and so on. Explain the choice to use this style of P2E for Proxima. Was this always the case?
Okay. I've been a gamer ever since the old days. Ever since, you know, you could pick up a game, you bought that game, and that was it. You own that game, You played the game, you enjoyed the game, you completed the game. Now, you buy the game, they sneak in a DLC, which is like 10 megabytes to download. It's already in there, they're only unlocking it. You got to pay 20 quid for that. Then you want to play to win. Then you got to do this, then you got to pay this. Before you know it, you can buy a game. I mean, my daughter's into The Sims. And if I tell you how much money I have had to buy for packs, I must have bought 30, 40 packs. The game is not $29.99. It's like £500.
My daughter's into Roblox. I know all about it, man. Yeah.
These microtransactions, and they just take a little bit more. I'm a sucker. I like soccer. I like football, so I play FIFA. Okay, and the amount, you get caught in it. I want that card. I want this. I want that. So why not allow people to earn whilst doing that? Why does a company have to be that greedy? Why does these game companies have to be that greedy? EA, I think they turn over some in the region of 2 billion just on FIFA. Just on FIFA. So this is why I wanted it to be play to earn.
Yes, and you in your mission statement, you mentioned we believe players should be rewarded for the time and effort they invest in playing the game and contributing to that game's community. This is why we're building Proxima. Tell me more about this, Mansion, because that's awesome.
There's 4 ways to earn an income, kind of, in Proxima. So you don't even have to play the game necessarily if you want to. You can hold an NFT, and then the share of the revenue that comes from the NFT store will go to that NFT holder. There's no maximum NFTs you can hold. So if you held 10, then if those are rented out that specific day, at the end of the week, you will then receive your payment for holding the MTV, the NFT. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 will then be the token. The token is obviously what is the engine room of the game, of the ecosystem. Sort of power-up store, an in-app store where you could buy, say, extra lives, where you'll be able to buy power-ups, extra lasers from the standard ship. Because when the standard ship, for the people that don't own an NFT, it'll just be a standard ship. The token staking, now this is not going to be one of those ones where you're going to get massive rewards. You're not going to get 50%. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be a low reward. We've worked it out, but we can't announce the specific percentage now because we don't know how many tokens will sell. So it'll work towards how many tokens are sold. The tokens are unsold after the pre-sale, after the IDO, and after the general sale will be burned.
Okay.
So figuratively speaking, if we did sell out all the tokens, it'll be a 5% APY. But also, if you're holding and you're staking, you're going to earn a small income as well, a percentage that comes from the in-app store as well. Because the whole ecosystem has to support the game. Obviously, it has to support the people that play it. It has to support the people that were in early and wanted to support the game. And it has to support the dev team.
So you can, when you have the token, you can stake the coins, but then if they're held also, you earn extra additional rewards. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
There's going to be weighted. So figuratively speaking, the NFT store, 75% of the revenue generated from the NFT store will go straight to the NFT holder.
Okay.
25% then goes back into the play to earn and the ecosystem fund. Wow. For marketing, for player awards.
Right.
So for instance, there'll be things like login bonuses. So people who might not be that good at the game, as long as they log in, play the game, maybe an allotted amount of points, they get through the first level, they'll win a certain amount of tokens. But then they can take those tokens and they want to play with a better ship, they go straight there to the NFT rental store to rent that ship that has all the power-ups to give that edge of gaming.
Yes.
So it's not going to be, a lot of problems in the gaming industry are when things are overpowered, they call it op. There's got to be a fine balance of keeping everybody interested and everybody earning a passive income. But obviously, this will be when the beta testing comes.
On the user side, if you're playing the game, you're buying tokens to buy those, to rent those NFTs? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. So
okay,
you could
perfect.
either buy it from a DEX, or eventually a centralized exchange, and then, but also you can earn it from scratch. We want people to be able to access the game day one for nothing.
If you want power-ups, you can rent them. And that's what
Exactly.
they
And we
that's
know
phenomenal.
that people are going to want to do that. You'll be able to go to a DEX or a centralized exchange, purchase some tokens. They'll be in your MetaMask. That'll connect to the game. And then you can do what you want with them.
My daughter's not a teenager yet. So I've spent more on digital clothes for her, I think, than I have on real clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you're buying not just the JPEG, you're buying actually a ship or power-up with special abilities. And this can be rented out by someone. And they can be rented out to 100 times up in a 24-hour period.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. That's
so
when
how
the
does
game
this...
launches.
Okay.
Okay, so this will move dependent on how many people are playing. If it gets to the point where every single one is rented the maximum time, then it'll go up. But that'll be the baseline, be 100. All the NFTs will be in the rental store. You do not relinquish ownership. They are tied to your wallet. Okay, so you can be playing the game with your NFT whilst earning too. There isn't an opt-in option here. All of them will be in there, available to rent, whilst you use yours.
So wait a second. So you're saying with the NFTs, so they're going to earn PGC credits as their rewards. Okay.
75% of the revenue from the NFT rental store goes to that NFT holder.
Wow. And then on top of that, they can then stake those PGC credits afterwards.
Correct.
Wow. So it's almost like compound interest in a way through two different platforms. Yeah, that's nuts.
There'll be some steps to go through, but it's pretty simple. I mean, staking is going to be on the website. It's going to be like the MTV model. I think that's nice and simple. You go on there, you link your wallet. You want to stake? You want to unstake? Brilliant. And there'll be a goal-orientated system as well. So every time we hit 250 million staked of the tokens, because obviously the total supply is 10 billion, there'll be a 1% bonus, because I think that's kind of nice. And it kind of holds people in. So
I know the mint's coming up on Saturday. Do you want to give any information from mint holders, how it's all going to work, where it's going to be announced, all that stuff?
Sure, great. So it's going to be on NFTE/Proxima the game. It starts at 1900 UTC, and it's 2,500 per mint. It's a fair mint. There is no whitelist. Nobody. There's only one been minted. You can win that one. Edition 0, the NFT, is one of the minting competitions. One of the prizes for that, and there's 2 more to be announced as well. Second prize is a place on the beta test team, and third prize, the first prize, is a place in the tournament final. Because there's 16 places in the tournament final, 12 each for monthly champions and 4 for competition winners throughout the course of the year. So once the game comes out, 1 month, 12 people will qualify, and then 4 others for the competition. So the first person that can get into the tournament will be taken and picked from the mint.
When are you targeting for the game to be released?
We're targeting early 2023, but we're giving realistic timelines here. We will achieve the timelines or perhaps exceed them.
What advice can you give to somebody who's looking at these projects to know, hey, this is serious, and this is,
let
them
show you something real, tangible. Don't just take what's written down. Listen, I wrote the white paper for Proxima, and I believe every single word. You can question me on any point of that. After we've released every one, and each week I've held an AMA on our Discord and answered all the questions. I don't know what the questions are. Some of them are hard. There's a German guy in there. I'm going to shout out to him, Bancha. My God, go back on the chats. He kills me. You know what I mean? But I answer him and make him happy. But make sure something's happening. Come on, we've all been there. And again, I don't want to name names. I'm stuck with a few NFTs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I want people to be, on the way to school on the bus. I want the friend to go, "What are you doing over there?" "Oh, I'm playing this cool game." "Oh, okay, well, cool." "And I'm earning money doing it." "You're earning money doing it? What the hell is this?"
Real money.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Then it spreads. But anyway, okay, go ahead. I got the. Did you get it?
All right. Man, you're gonna cost me a lot of money, brother. Wow. Man, that looks awesome, man. It looks very, very, very agile, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that, mind you, that is just the prototype, okay? That is.
Yeah.
We're just working all the kinks out, getting all the little pieces and everything together. But as you can see, so that's one of my oldest friends done the music. He's going to be doing all the sound effects.
People don't notice it, but sound effects is everything. So, I mean, that was high end, and then the gaming looks fun. So I'm excited.
We're not breaking any molds. We're not making anything overly complex. You know what I mean? This is a blockchain game. I liken this to like the dawning of a new era of games. I think we're going to see in 5-10 years most games being made like that.
Now, some of the action I see in there, what are some of the traits that you have in the gaming and stuff?
Okay, so yeah, there's 8 traits altogether. Okay, so we'll start off with the backgrounds. The backgrounds signify each level that goes on each game, ending with Satoshi's lair. Okay, so each background, the rarity scales down from level 1 to level 12. Will give you 30 seconds invincibility at the start of each level. We have damage, which is a canopy. So, for instance, the rarest will be the diamond. There'll be obsidian. So that reflects the amount of damage the ship can take in game. But like I've said before, it gives you the edge because we want people to rent all of them out, to test all of them out. We want this to trickle down. This is why there's a maximum to rent the NFTs of 100. Because if not, everyone is going to want to rent the best ship, and that person who's got that NFT is going to make all the money, and that's not fair. How is that a fair thing to do? So we want all of them to have an equal chance of being rented.
Is the cost the same for each NFT to rent?
Yes, it's going to work out roughly around about 10 cents for 5 rentals. So each time you rent, it'll be 5 times. Obviously, it'll be paid in PGC tokens, but it'll be about. I want it to be like the old days.
Yeah, but I was going to say in the old days, I even needed a quarter, 10 cents. This is amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now I saw some special ships you guys put out there that were one was for KuCoin. I thought I saw one for Monero. Do you want to touch on what those were? Because those were kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, what I want to do is I want to try and show people who are into other chains, other companies like KuCoin, like Monero. There's another one being announced later on tonight, which is the Bitcoin. I know the maximalists in Bitcoin will probably be like, "Oh, a video game." I'm too busy out drinking champagne, but put your Ferrari down for a minute. Come play a video game. Might be fun for you guys. You know what I mean? There's 2 other mints, as you know. Okay, which is the Machina and the Celestials, and they will have other ones.
Explain the lineage that goes on there.
So Tellurian is humans.
Tellurian, okay.
Okay. The Celestials is the alien faction. And
Okay.
Machina is a robot faction. Now, a lot of the backstory and all that is going to start coming out when you see more gameplay. And we'll build that trust with the community that we want Proxima to build. But we're fundamentally doing something a bit different.
If you're going to release something that works, you may be in the wrong industry here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like that little sneak peek I told you.
Yeah.
You tell me how many projects are actually going to put it out there and show people something before they take their money.
Well, Simon, thank you so much for your time. We can catch you on Discord as Martian Lord. By the way, before we go, I almost forgot about that. That is a great story. Can we just end with that story? Because that's a phenomenal story about how you got the name Martian Lord.
So when my daughter was very young, I used to tell her a story, bedtime story, and try and scare her a little bit. And I would call myself the Martian Lord. I used to put on a funny accent. I used to go, "I am the Martian Lord. I have taken your father. Your father is gone. He will never come back." And yeah, so that just pinged back in my head because my daughter's a bit older now. But the good thing about it is even though she's a teenager, she thinks it's cool. She joined the Discord and said, "Oh my God, you called." I didn't tell her. She found it herself. "Oh my God, you called yourself the Martian Lord." It just brought back those memories, When and I hope she doesn't see this. When you really got me your daughter. And she didn't want so much at you. No, I'm joking. I love my daughter. Eva, I love you. You know that.
Thank you so much for your time, man. And I'll be spending money this Saturday, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, man, brilliant. So will I.
Yes, we will all be there.
Yes. Yep. So
Can't wait, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Really love what you're doing. And I look forward to hopefully coming on again in the future, man.
Oh, man, all the time. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of updates, so I'm looking forward to it, too.
Oh, yeah, brilliant, man. I can't wait. We're going to do this, man.
As always, do your own damn research. Make sure you're comfortable with all the facts that you find out and all the decisions you make before you invest in any NFT project. Don't just listen to dumbasses like me, unless you like listening to dumbasses out there, and then hit the subscribe button below. Talk to you soon.